up, Soul Group? It's the Human Spirit Guide, the Matrix Alchemist, the New Light. And let's get into it. We're going to be talking about the Matrix. The question is, what is the Matrix? The Matrix is a system. A system of what exactly, though, right? Well, just like any other systems that is positive, it's supposed to be a structure working together as a community, okay, for an overall goal, okay, which is basically to sustain life, point blank period. Now, the matrix we're living in is kind of like that, but it's based off control. Not that all systems are bad, most systems are good. And the systems are supposed to be, like I said, push it forward for the greater good of the humanity, life sustaining, right? So that makes it good in its way. But when people don't no longer know what to do pushing forward, they get bored. And with boredom comes with a little bit of chaos. And with chaos, you're going to need order, and that's when control comes in. Okay? So we're living in a controlled freak world. It's energy where energy has to be controlled, because if it doesn't get controlled, they don't know where it's going. What is the basis or root or what started the control, right? Influence and inspiration. It is scientifically proven that planets have influence over each other and upon us, okay? Now, whatever has influence on the planets, that is beyond our knowing, because it's only relative to the Creator. We are consciously aware of our senses, right? And our material world, the 3D aspect. Now, this is enough for humans to go crazy, because one, they don't know exactly where they come from or can't remember, and two, we don't have no knowledge of our own senses, okay? So it's all about expanding it and growing our consciousness in every area of life as possible, okay? Some has the gift to unravel these mysteries faster than others, but it's also their job to show and teach others. So, this is where the control kind of can start. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm only making sense of this in a 3D way where we can understand this, okay? And it will help our growth and put everything that has happened traumatically in our past, because that's what we need, okay? We don't need to continuously be reminded of that past, because then there is no pushing forward. So now, inspiration. This is where kind of inspiration will kick in, because we want to know ourselves. We want to know our relative state of being, because we want to grow our consciousness and our awareness about our connectivity and what's relative to us, which is Earth and the materials and the Creator and everything else, people, places, and things. You get what I'm saying? So as we grow our consciousness, we are tapping into our intuition, which is connected to our higher self, which our higher self is connected to the Akashic records, okay? So as we grow and we push forward in society or humanity or whatever, whether it's agriculture or in the most advanced development of life, we're going to always have these innate abilities to tap into our blueprint to bring forward our desires and manifest what we already know. So therefore, with our knowing already, it will only bring us closer to our Creator and our spiritual aspect part of life. Now let's talk about what's included in these systems, right? So what's included in these systems are usually, things that you already know: agriculture, hospitals, transportation, community, people, places, and things, trading, resources. We're going to get into depth in each and every one. Let's start off with agriculture, okay? Agriculture. farming, growing crops, fruits, vegetables, taking care of the land, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of the animals, taking care of the atmosphere, the air, homes, you know what I'm saying? Building homes, taking care of the trees. If you cut down trees, replace them. You know, that's a good way to recycle in modern day times. So when we're talking about agriculture, we want to make sure that we're well informed with our environment. We're well informed on how we can take care of the soil. We are well informed on how we can take care of our atmosphere, our air. You know what I mean? Try to reduce pollution to the maximum. Reduce it, because that will help with the way our well-being will be living. So let's bring in transportation, right? Modern times, of course, which you already know, we have cars, we have boats, we have airplanes, we have buses, and we have trains, you know, all kinds of transportation, right? But back then, the farthest we can recall time, we used tigers. Speed up a little bit, we used camels. I don't know what happened in between, but I'm gonna just leave that there, all right? How we usually would get around was always by feet, okay? Why? Because the trader was the ones who left, came back with knowledge, wisdom, and resources that were foreign, you understand? And the people who taught that trader were the parents, you know, the priestess, the high priest, you know what I'm saying? Monks, gurus. It was very important that the trader knew almost everything. And the trader was picked because that person was well balanced overall, knew agriculture, knew almost everything that was needed for survival. Okay, so you send the trader out, you have a high probability chance of coming back. That's it. Okay, and when the trader went out, he also mapped locations. He knew other communities, so he established, you know, connections and everything, and kept life going on for the other tribe members. That was highly important. We're gonna go right into community now, because we was just talking about the trader, right? So the trader, right, learned everything from within the community, you know, people, places, and things, right? We learn from our parents learn from teachers, our teachers learn from bosses, our bosses learn from CEOs, CEOs learn from the government, politics, all these things, president, all these things play a huge role in leadership. You understand? So with our tribal people, right, the leaders that we had were kings and queens. You get what I'm saying? High priest and high priestess. You get what I mean? These people were very important to us in our community. You know what I'm saying? The monks, you get what I mean? The gurus, you know, and every place of the world had its own type of person or place or thing you can go to for these type of wisdom and knowledge that involves in your awareness with the connection of the creator and this life in this realm, which is highly needed because you need balance. You want to create abundance. These are the people you go to for your creation. Since we were talking about abundance, we're going to go right into talking about natural resources and resources. So natural resources is basically your water, your land, your soil, your trees, your air, you know, crystals, coal, gold. These are natural resources, you understand? These things are hard to duplicate, and it comes from Mother Earth, okay? So that is very important to understand. And resources are things that we're connected with. You understand? People, places, and things. Things that can be traded for other things. You understand? Information could be traded for other information. You understand? So this is what we have. And this is why it's important to go to our leaders. And this is why we rely on them. Because they're supposed to be the most well-informed people to know about these things. And with leadership comes with great responsibility. You understand? Because now that you became in this position of power, you know, because you're so well good at controlling your emotions and manifesting your thoughts and ideas, you know what I'm saying? We hold you accountable. You hold the title now, stating that you're qualified to do what's best for the rest of humanity. This is what is so important about that. This is why we go to our high priests and our priests and our churches and our religion for this information alone. How well can we be a leader to others? That's the best way to be a service to others. You get what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be an underdog, but you want to be the best you can be. This is part of the matrix. Now, just because you were chosen out the people to become this leader doesn't give you the right to be like, all right, well, I can abuse my power. No, your idea of becoming a leader is completely wrong. It's completely left field. You thinking that way will only going to destroy your own inheritance. You know what I'm saying? The more leaders that keep coming in and destroying and being more corrupted, you're not prolonging your life, your DNA. Y'all destroying it. There's going to be a whole new family. It's going to be a whole new bloodline that's going to come in and do way better than what you did. So all this sacrificing and all that stuff that people been doing is going to be for nothing. And it's going to be laughed at. Because when the new people come in with better intentions, it's going to completely erase everything that the bad person had done. You know what I'm saying? This is why leaders need to get more in tune and focus up real quick and just do what's best for the greater good. Because if not, your shit ain't going to matter anyways. It ain't going to matter. So the basis of the matrix is community. It's us. You get what I'm saying? We make the best of what this world has to offer. You get what I mean? And it's our job. It's our responsibility. You get what I'm saying? To make sure we pick and choose what we do right from wrong on a daily basis. That helps the world spin around. You know what I'm saying? But just because you choose not to do right doesn't mean the world ain't gonna still spin. Everybody's still gonna grow in conscious one way or another. And whoever grows in consciousness will elevate. And whoever doesn't just stays where they are and might have to repeat this life again. Who knows? At the end of the day, you just want to get to the systematic truth. You want to get to the truth and the root of almost everything. All right? And that is the truth. Matrix is nothing without us. So we have hospitals, right? In modern times, we have hospitals. We go to the doctors, right? To take care of our health, you know, to help us heal during injuries, you know what I mean? And get rid of diseases. But back then, with our tribal communities and things like that, we didn't really need stuff like that. We had people who would heal us in the medical field, but we were taught to heal ourselves as well. And if you cut yourself now, right, you'll probably heal in 2 to 3 days. Imagine back then with your health and the amount of energy, how well you was in shape, you would heal 10 times faster. There would be no need to worry about injuries. You get what I'm saying? There would be no need to worry about diseases. And we all know if we want to heal our bodies from any dis-ease, we go straight to herbs and natural remedies and fruits and vegetables. Simple like that. Even the worst kind of fruit, even the worst kind of vegetable can heal you, because they can only do so much to fruits and vegetables. They can only do so much. But this is how powerful the Creator is. You will never remove the essence of the Creator. You'll never remove it. No matter how many times a tomato will be GMO'd, it's always going to contain the source in it. Always. So there's always a balance. There's always a yin and yang to everything. And you have to always think positive. You're also going to bring in the law enforcement, like police, judges, constitution, 10 commandments, religion, prison. Because these things were created in order to keep order out of low vibrational reasons like fear and guilt and things like that. Because back then in the tribal communities with our ancestors, we didn't need that stuff. We didn't really quite need it. If you had wisdom and intuition and you was taught to be the best you can be at the highest degree in nature's way, then you'll be able to take care of yourself. You'll have good self-care. But if you act out of line, and which they considered you as being possessed by evil entities, if you don't have good control over you, which is another way of saying you don't have control over your lower natures or animalistic way of being, you will be exiled. Like, you will be put out the community. Why? Why would they do that instead of killing you or detaining you? It's because the fastest way to realize your position of power is to be out with the position of power, which is nature. You have to be in the field to understand how to correlate with others, how to be of service to others. Treat others as if you want to be treated. Treat others as if you want to treat yourself. That's it. The other matrix that other people don't speak often is nature. That's the only thing we really answer to. We answer to nature. Once you step out and you see the way how nature flows, it has no real direction. Only respect for each other and communication in a way where it works with each other. That's it. That's a perfect form of communication. Sometimes there's nothing that needs to be said amongst nature. Things just happen, and that's it. They just happen. Things just happen in a way that is divine. Okay? Divine timing. Nature matrix is way different than the matrix we're living in society. Once we start remembering that we're part of the nature way, and we're supposed to incorporate nature's way matrix into the matrix, then things will start changing. But until then, people start staying stuck in their own magic. There will be no way out. There will be no way out for them. Those who go towards more nature and they incorporate the nature's way of being, which is more being closer to God or the Creator, they will be more free in the future to come. So understand that's matrix and it's wholesome. You know what I'm saying? There's more that we can say. You know, I know people want to talk about government leaders and things like that, and all that. But does that really matter? Is that helping you make your bread at the end of the day? Unless you want to sacrifice people, unless you want to be in control of people, you know what I'm saying? Or do you want to be nature-like and work with people? Come on, it only makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Well, I hope you guys appreciate these videos. I hope this explains Matrix in a different aspect, a different way of seeing it. Now, if you want me to get nitty-gritty and really start speaking about the Matrix, I can do that too. It doesn't quite make sense for me to do that because it ain't going to make no one go anywhere further. It's only going to put more fear into people's hearts. You got to understand, when knowledge is spreaded, the only thing that's being spreaded is your intentions and your emotions. What you say, you got to understand, is coming from the heart. So you got to know exactly what you're saying and what you're trying to tell people when you want them to wake up. And that's it. You might mean the best. You might mean all this. But you don't understand how that other person, what they're going through in their world. So now with that being said as well, now you know if you have knowledge or wisdom, put yourself on YouTube and get right to work. It ain't about sharing fear. So I know it was a little bit windy, but I just want to say thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping you can like, share, and subscribe. I've been working hard on these videos. I don't plan these videos, you know what I'm saying? I come up with the ideas. I try to be as straightforward and authentic as I can. You know what I'm saying? I do know a lot more than what's being said. I could go into depth about other things. I just choose to try to help push forward rather than create more traumatic experiences in the mind. You get what I'm saying? So peace, love, prosperity to you all. Ashe, so let that be.